and Nikita created on the 7th wipe the lightning for interchange. And he realized that it was magnificent. And he called the light release. But alas, it was too marvelous and the people are not worthy of such joy. And he introduced the concept of better, which he called realism, where everyone found their purpose, dying from wets in the darkness. The year is 2024. A lot of time has passed. The game has been in development for 9 years. The latest of the patches was one of the largest I can remember. Shoreline expansion, Streets of Tarkov, shoulder swap, animations rework, vaulting, RPD, spear, VSK, modular armor system, new hitboxes, promises to update Unity, sound rework, Ground Zero, arena release. A lot of new content has been added, which cannot go unnoticed. I really like the phrase from Game of Thrones that everything said before the word "but" is horse shit. In our case, "but" represents the problems that came with this new content. There's vaulting, but it bugs out. The lightning was reworked, but it's hard to see anything. Newbie location, but it's unbearable for new players. At the time of recording this video, 88 days have passed since the start of the wipe. That's almost half. I have fully experienced all the drawbacks of the game, which I will voice and show in this video. Sit back, maybe with your comment and my video we will make BG understand that it's time to start moving. Your subscription and like will let me know how important this topic is to you. Recoil has been reworked. This topic has been discussed many times. The vast majority of players approved the decision to change it. The audience welcomed such an introduction with open arms. But after a short period of time, BG quietly started tweaking recoil values for some individual weapons. 5.45 AKs are not as enjoyable anymore. BSS and VAL again have significant recoil even with the SP5 cartridges, but there's a much more interesting issue. The 7.62 by 39 caliber. It's dead. In the pursuit of pleasing the players who don't play much and fighting the concept of meta, Bojano shot it like an old dog with one loud BAM! The recoil on it has become so atrocious that even if it's a top build, I would rather convince the enemy to explode themselves up than try to hit them with an AKM. And this is in a world where 7.62 by 59 is controlled almost effortlessly. The second issue is the said AK-105, which has been just redundant in this game for all vibes. It's unclear why it became such a serious bullying target that even in a stock state it has 20 units higher recoil than AK-74U. I took the time to watch a bunch of reviews of it, and there's no hint anywhere that the recoil should be higher. It weighs 3.4 kilograms against 2.8 kilograms of AK-74U, and it has lower rate of fire. But in the game we have this situation. Here's the spray pattern of AK-74U, and here's AK-105. Yet both of them are not modded. But these are all minor issues, albeit unpleasant. A much more serious issue is the global impact of players' weapon choice. In a world where it makes no sense to overpay for top-tier builds and the concept of meta has been smoothly aligned with the stock AKs, the population of players running meta M4A1s has decreased to once in 100 ways, and they can be listed in the Red Book. Many will say it's good, and I agree, because now you can build any quasi-modder that looks ugly but hits the target precisely. However, a problem arose: what's the point of modding at all? Why upgrade traders and then spend hundreds of thousands on a build if in the end it doesn't have any effect? For example, the standard M4A1 buffer tube gives only 1 unit less recoil than the Era tube, which costs millions on the flea market and becomes available from traders after completing the entire gunsmith line. The SE5 Tactical Rip provides 1 unit more ergonomics than the RVG, but at the same time the RVG PG is available from the Torpis Keeper, which corresponds to only level 23 of PMC, while the SE5 again costs millions on the flea market and becomes available after almost the entire Gunsmith line. What the incentive to complete quests at all? There isn't one. Who are you? Quietly, slowly step away from it. Oh, you a beast! Give it to me, you bastard, it's mine! Don't you dare run away! No, there's a wealth of content guides video, no! Just don't click on the subscription button! Never mind. Hitboxes. There's an opinion that armor started working. However, that's not the case. Armor has actually become even more useless than it was before. There's blunt damage now. Players hardly protect against rounds with the penetration close to their protection class. And this was balanced by turning arms into concrete beams, which is complete absurdity. Epic AP loaded with the BS rounds, which pieces like butter level 6 armor can't penetrate an arm. But even here it's unclear how everything works. Here they can't penetrate and all the damage is absorbed by the arm. Then bam! I get a through and through chest wound and die instantly. So all limbs can be penetrated, but this happens either randomly or just broken. My opinion is that it would be necessary to reduce the value of blunt damage and increase the effectiveness of armor, while the arms should have been given some fixed penetration value, like wood or metal, so that a certain penetration is needed to hit another limb through them. Next topic: lighting. When we first entered the game after the wipe, we felt it immediately, especially at the interchange. The developer seemed to have found the key to solving the problem, to help with the broke lighting in the location. And darkness was replaced more by a black and white filter, which is better than turning the whole location into a dark mess. It was clearly not the perfect solution, but it allowed us to see, which was once again taken away from us. PSG strongly advised against using the Nvidia panel, but without it, the only thing you can see in the location is the blind cheater sneaking out graphics cards from computers. You probably seen footage from Tarkin videos showing how the game could look. Yes, it's not Tarkov, yes, it's not the same atmosphere, yes, our computers wouldn't handle it. But damn, if one guy managed to show that cool lighting is possible, why we have a Malevich painting instead of a location for like 4 years? I don't understand. By the way, videos on Nvidia settings past effects are already on the channel. Unfixed bugs. Smoke. A bug was noticed about 6 months ago, that you could endlessly use smoke grenades, smoke from which you won't see, but enemies will. Well, they still have not fixed that. The column at the interchange is still transparent. After vaulting through any obstacle, you have a chance to just freeze for a couple of seconds. If you switch shoulders, even with the pistol, then after running, your PMC needs to recalculate well left and right and rearrange the weapon under the left arm again. Winge, a million sound bugs, where you have breathing sound in your face shield, but the enemy doesn't, as well as with painting, etc. I'm sure you can tell much more about this in the comments, so I'm waiting for your news. Complete mess with the Light Keeper. We have to complete a whole series of quests. Give Grandpa 2 blue folders, which at the current rate cost 30 million each, and all for the sake of obtaining absolutely useless features, where you'll have to pay for additional services a bunch of money, and in return rogues won't argue you once during the raid, although by the time you reach them, they'll all be dead anyway. Zrячий, who covers your back, but won't shoot to the southern road, and the price of protection is about 500k. Or more, and an amulet that you can only buy at night, and it only works against cultists for about 10 ways and then disappears. In general, elite content, straight wow. Why not just add the paid exit through Lightkeeper and sell a radio that can be used several times, precisely when you need to go to the territory of rogues, having pre-agreed with them not to shoot? I don't understand. Sound. It's still terrible, although it feels like in some places it's even worse. I regularly encounter situations where I simply can't hear enemies up close. And not because I'm deaf, but because the sound only appears when you directly see the enemy. Now I'll show you two moments. Here's the first one. EPMC is circling around me through the basements. I go down and don't hear a single sound, and only when he flies out from behind the corner, footsteps appear. The second moment. I met two enemies, shot one, went into the basement, heard a short run from the first guy, and it's all. I engaged with the second guy. As a result, the first enemy apparently literally ran past me and looked out from the opposite side. And of course, I didn't hear a single step. And this is on the smallest map in the game, where there's not even much to adjust. What do you think happens on the streets of Tarkov? By the way, about the streets of Tarkov. The location is persistently expanding, while efforts to optimize is clearly do not keep pace with the expansions. If, God forbid, Kaban spawns, then you can count the FPS on your fingers. New territories can even drop FPS to 60 to 80 on top hardware. In general, the entire area around Beluga is an anomaly that sucks up your PC's performance and turns it into bitcoins, which drip into the developer's piggy bank. Otherwise, I don't understand why my egg just begs to be fried on a GPU chip. Ground Zero. I recently started a challenge where I started a new account and had to visit this location again. Lord, this is the worst place in the world! I've never produced such a spectrum of speech expressions based on insult from everyone present in the location in such a small number of ways. Да, 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 сука, да, 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 замечательно. Во! Классная карта! Классные игроки на локации! Игра! Во! Обожаю я эту игру! Обожаю ее! Enemies spawn right in front of your face, and most importantly, everyone wears each other out at quest locations. You can only take the bottle of wine warm, because if you don't pull it out of the enemy, you won't get it otherwise. In general, making all newbies who already suffer from the godlessness of this game go en masse to one location to do the same quests without offering alternatives at the start, in the form of completing tasks in other locations. This greatly affects the entry threshold for newcomers who used to only play CSGO, and now everyone plays with them as cheaters. We can discuss them endlessly. Only one thing is true. There are a lot of them. This is a fact. There's no getting away from it. We can blame anything. Bad anti-cheat, game concept, developers, in any case, God have already done all the necessary work in this field. From myself, I'll just add that in the last few months, 33,000 cheaters have been banned. And this can mean different things. In the best case, that BSG has started working and actually banning people, improving their methods of cleaning up scoundrels. Or it may mean that there are simply more cheaters now, and that's why more of them have been banned. Or maybe both. Personally, I've been dying less frequently from blended hacks lately, but then again, no one excludes legit wall hackers. The Arena. It's not secret to anyone that the project clearly didn't start as successfully as desired, because the mobile Arena breakout has more viewers on Twitch than the one from BSG. Well, there are no words. In my not very professional opinion, there are critical mistakes here. The developer took the audience that plays Tarkov, which is pure MMO, where you need to grind, collect guns, complete quests, and offered us in return something like esports, where there's only shooting. The project is clearly not aimed at the target audience, and it turns out that it needs to be drawn from other sources, such as CSGO. But what CS player will play a project where there's no adequate sound and they are desyncs? Moreover, the initial start began with the fact that the matchmaking took millions of years and the balance was killed. And overall, for me, it's a strange decision to create a new game tailored for esports on Unity. After all, a half of mechanics from Tarkov are simply unnecessary, such as food and water, character skills. Most likely, taking Tarkov as a basis, it would have been easier to just slap arena together in a couple of years, rather than starting from scratch. But then, why talk about esports if it's extremely difficult to implement it under such conditions? I would also include arena in the Tarkov menu. It doesn't prohibit maintaining it as a separate project. It will only allow for more convenient use for the initially intended target audience as Tarkov players. A video could be made simply endless, listing all the flaws. But I voiced what puzzled me the most. Express your concerns in the comments, and maybe the developer will listen to us. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with your friends. All the best. Bye bye.